Haley just dropped mammoth ultimatum to United Nations. This should make the UN squirm in their seats. We as a whole realize that President Trump settled on the correct decision in picking Nikki Haley as his ambassador to the United Nations. From the earliest starting point of her appointment, she has made it superbly clear to the UN, as well as to the world, that the United States will at no time in the future endure their hostility towards Israel inclination. In any case, now she has given them the final ultimatum that should make them squirm. On the off chance that the UN Human Rights Council proceeds with their outlandish predisposition against the country of Israel, at that point Nikki Haley has recommended that the President's consent the United States would soon be leaving and pulling back from this chamber. What a rude awakening for this liberal group. From the Telegraph, the Trump administration is considering withdrawing from the United Nations Human Rights Council over what the U.S. ambassador described as its biased stance against Israel. Campaign groups condemned the threat, saying America should get its own house in order before undermining the global effort to protect against human rights abuses. But the Council's critical view of Israel has long been a source of contention in the U.S., Israel's closest ally. Nikki Haley, U.S. permanent representative to the UN on Tuesday, told the 47-member forum it was undermining its own credibility by turning a blind eye to abuses committed by other countries. U.S. mission to the UN, Ambassador Haley, hard to accept that the HRC has never considered a resolution on Venezuela, yet it adopted 5 biased resolutions against Israel. The United States is looking carefully at this council and our participation in it. We see some areas for significant strengthening, she said before the council at its Geneva headquarters. She compared the case of Israel with that of Venezuela, where dozens of protesters have been killed during months of political turmoil, yet which currently has a seat on the council. It's hard to accept that this council has never considered a resolution on Venezuela, and yet it adopted 5 biased resolutions in March against a single country, Israel, she added. It is essential that this council address its chronic anti-Israel bias if it is to have any credibility. What Ambassador Nikki Haley has said is the reality that this stuffy, no-great chamber expected to listen. In what capacity can this gathering call themselves the Human Rights Council in the event that they invest the greater part of their energy assaulting Israel and not denouncing different nations that are really harming their subjects? The lip service is psyche-boggling. Maybe if the United States really left this board as well as the United Nations altogether, the loss of wage would be sufficient hit to constrain an entire shutdown. We trust both President Trump and Nikki Haley to settle on the correct choice on if, when, how to pull back, ideally within the near future. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate to write your thoughts in the comment section below. I totally agree with Nikki Haley. I mean, really? They don't care about anything. The only thing they care about is their pockets. That's all. And I think the U.S. should pull out of this idiotic UN global system. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.